guys, welcome to your new moon in Taurus reading. The new moon will be at its peak about 3 p.m. I want to say Eastern Standard Time on the 11th, May 11th. Sun and the moon will be at 21 degrees of Taurus. They'll be right there together. And as you know, the new moon is all about setting intentions, and this time it's different because most of the time we talk about setting intentions that are sort of loose, and we give a lot of leeway over to the universe to help us create it in whatever form is intended. This is different. Taurus is the actual sign of form. So you know how I'm always saying we're souls having a human experience? Taurus is the human experience part. It's the meat suit that we're wearing. It's the body. It's the form. Ruled by Venus, but in this case, because Venus also rules Libra, which is about love and relationships, but in this case, it's about love of self and pleasure. So it's also about bringing things into form. It is also, Taurus is the ruler of the second house, which is about money, possessions, wealth, material comforts, a sense of worth and value. So this time we get to kind of dream big about form in a very practical sense, in a very creative and practical sense. So let's just say, for example, that you want to set intentions this time around for your finances, for money, for work, whatever. I would say don't get real specific about dollars and cents, but you could set intentions around what you would do with that money. Okay, so that gives the universe a sense of the expansiveness of what you're really looking to achieve, and any of your long-held dreams, what that looks like in form. So try to set your intentions that way. This is a perfect new moon for that. Also, if you're thinking of someone special, get real clear about your intentions, with having that person in their form be present in your experience. Okay, so real clear intentions about that. So it's a time for creative commitment, practical planning and contribution while taking steps to fruition and accomplishment. I've got my little cheat sheet here. Don't forget about your long-held dreams and goals. It's a good opportunity to dream big, and review deeper changes you've been considering, right? Like things that you've kind of pushed down deep because we're so busy taking care of all the little BS every day. So reach back down deep to those changes you've been considering, and what to implement, like how you're going to implement it. Yeah, it's good time for innovative, out of the box thinking and planning. And here's why: because there are a couple of interesting aspects with Pluto and Neptune. So Neptune's all about the dreams, right? It's intuitive, it's dreamy. And Pluto is like transformation and power. So bring those two things together in your intentions. Think carefully and consider the areas of your life that need more compassion. That's coming from Venus, and creativity as you blossom and transform your dreams into reality. So that's what we're doing. Queen of the Moon Oracle, I'm going to pick 3 cards: where we've been, where we are, where we're headed. Oof, where we've been. Yes, where we are. Perfect. Perfect. And where we're headed. I love it. And this feels like Mercury in Gemini, the focus card. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. Where we've been, card 25. Think about the intuitive number of 7. 2 and 5 is 7. Resistance. Okay, so if you've been feeling that things have been a little bit dicey or difficult, especially with Pluto going retrograde, which I did a Pluto retrograde reading, you can find it here. I'll put it at the end of this reading. Those little thumbnails that pop up are clickable. The resistance, yes. Where are we now? Abundance. Card 38, 3 and 8 is 11. Are you seeing the numerology? The 7 and the 11, very powerful in twin flame reading. So yeah, we're moving toward abundance. That's where we are right now. We're calling in this Taurus abundance in physical form. That's why you got to be intentional about it. Where are we headed? Well, a little period of change. Card 14, 1 and 4 is 5. So it's about focus. Look at the beautiful butterfly in the center of her head, but she's kind of halfway submerged. So things aren't perfectly clear yet. In the future, we're going to have to reattune our focus. This is perfect because we're moving into Gemini season, which is ruled by Mercury and is all about thoughts and communication and technology and focus. Perfect. So really lovely oracle. I love the numerology of it. I'm really feeling the abundance card, like yay us, right? Let me move these out of the way a little bit here. I know you can't see them too well, but let's see what's going on for us. This is a general reading for the collective, all signs. The extended will go through all signs. Ooh. Aries through Pisces. So let's see what's coming through. Temperance. So something's being transformed, transmuted here. Temperance, Sagittarian energy in the Temperance card is a card of patience, but there's wisdom in the patience as things transmute. It's like alchemy. What's crossing us? Ooh, keeping our hope and faith alive that the universe has our back and will grant the wish. So sometimes, you know, the challenge here is staying in that patient energy and maintaining the trust that the wish will be granted, or that what will appear as a result of this transmutation is part of the dream. Beautiful. So let me get these cards out. Oh my gosh, this reading's really powerful. All these major arcana, good. Okay. We'll deal with it. I always do. I kind of like the Tower showing up in the near future, and only because I feel as if we're doing all this hard work now, and sometimes things get in our way and we don't deal with it in the moment. And so I feel like all this hard work that I see, whatever is on, in our way, needs to be moved off the path. So don't look at this as, doom, gloom, and hellfire and damnation. It's not always about that. Sometimes the Tower card represents a phase of change, and sometimes we don't go into change very easily, right? Focus is what I think the change will be about, shifting our focus and our energy. So I'll look at that in a minute. Underneath, 10 of Pentacles. So this is, what's kind of in our subconscious or thinking about. For some of us, it is about abundance. It's literal money. It's literal abundance. It's, the funds that we need to have the home we want, or the little luxuries we desire, or a dependable car even. But this is also about life partnership. So I'm feeling like there's something underneath that we're transmuting. We're not sure that it's being heard. So we have to maintain that hope. But it involves some measure of abundance and stability and possibly life partnership. In the recent past, High Priestess, going on intuition. Maybe there's something here that's been hidden from view. Something that feels like you're kind of moving in the dark. And in a way, I'll clarify it, but in a way, the High Priestess may be about you knowing on some level that there is some part of this connection that you can't see, that you don't see it clearly right now, so you kind of can't understand how it's going to manifest. Conscious awareness, you are ready to communicate. Communication, active communication, which suggests a back and forth, right? It's not just swords going one way, it's the wands. So very passionate communication for some of you, but a back and forth. And then, boom, whatever's in the way that isn't serving you and that's blocking the path will be moved out of the way. Okay? And it does signify change. A powerful phase of change, something possibly unexpected even. Okay, so you know how I like to move my cards around. Bear with me. You'd think I'd learn to just set it up right the first time. I hope you all had a nice Mother's Day weekend. Here in the States, at least. All right. Waiting on the unavailable lover here. Transmuting. the patience required for some, you know, as someone is coming into an understanding of what they want and then claiming it. The I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine energy of the King of Wands. You know, in reverse, they're kind of unavailable. So that's what I feel is being transmuted. It's taking time. Wow. So, oh, okay. So second chance is here underneath along with the Knight of Cups, right? So there's possible redemption, second chances, forgiveness, and moving toward love, an offer of love possibly coming in with that crossroads moment. Or do you receive that message? Do you receive the cup of love? It kind of feels like it's coming from the King of Wands, whoever that is for you. It can be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, doesn't have to be. So here's what I see, guys. Whoever is experiencing maybe an unavailability of a divine counterpart, stay in that energy of patience. And now I'm going to clarify that what's crossing us is this star, is the hope. Maintaining that trust and the hope. Okay, baby steps a little. Okay, I see this a little bit more clearly now. Transformation and a big offer, and look at this. Oh my God. So look at the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. Big offer, creating this sense of overjoyed happiness, okay? This big offer can be in any form. This is the moon to set the intentions. What does this mean for you? What does it look like? Is it an offer of love and commitment? Yes, you're the one. I want to commit. Is it a ring? Is it becoming exclusive? Taking your connection from something more friendship related into something more romantic. I mean, I'm giving you options here to consider. Whatever it is, this transformation leads to all this joy and happiness. Where are we right now? I think we're feeling breadcrumbed. Page of Pentacles. Something here is not a huge offer, has us confused, you know, maybe a little overwhelmed, even on an emotional level, because we're trying to keep hope alive. And what we're getting is something that just feels a little breadcrumby. So if you're trying to keep hope alive and you're allowing yourself to get sucked in and roped in by all the emotional overwhelm, no bueno. So got to keep hope alive and trust that the transformation is unfolding. Remember, it's unfolding. Judgment lets us see it a little bit with the Knight of Cups coming, you know, an offer of love coming through, but I feel like the stability comes with it. And I'm seeing that stability in the form of commitment, something you can count on. For some of you, you can take it to the bank. Okay, so I want to kind of pay attention to the financial piece as well. Underneath is the Ten of Pentacles. Divine Feminine, Knight of Wands. Wow, and the Fool. Ooh, my goodness. Okay, so remember that the card underneath here is kind of what's bubbling up under the surface. It's in our psyche. It's not a conscious awareness, but now you get to see what's kind of lying dormant or right beneath the surface. Divine Feminine, looking for a family, looking for life partnership, looking to bring it into physical being, into form. Someone coming back from the past and taking the leap of faith. So I'm feeling like if this person were to return, you would jump. If this person were to return, and it is someone coming back from the past, Knight of Wands. Problem with the Knight of Wands is they don't always have staying power. They haven't always thought things through. They kind of act on impulse in the moment. So FYI, you know, knowledge is power. High Priestess in the past. Sure, remember I said things were hidden? There's the moon. I'm getting confirmation on that. So what we can't see and what maybe obscures our intuition, like things are too cloudy, that veil of the moon triggers our insecurities. So even if you're operating or were operating in the recent past from intuition, especially if you're not in communication, remember the High Priestess doesn't talk. And therefore there's no communication, and often she also represents separation on some level. So it could just be that it's hard to kind of stay in the energy of positive intuition because you're nervous, you're triggered. Yeah, it's keeping you up. You're nervous and triggered. But what you want is reconciliation, and there is the beautiful Ace of Cups, right? So kind of in the past, underneath what you really were hoping for was some kind of reconciliation coming back in a way that feels win-win to both parties, and receiving that cup of love, that Ace of Cups. This is the one, this is my person. And I feel like in the past, in separation or no communication, you know, triggers all our insecurities and has us doubting the situation when what we want is to kind of come back into union very peacefully, reconciling any differences, offering and receiving second chances. Yes, here's the star talking about it. Okay, so the communication feels like it's kind of yeah, maybe it's about healing. So possibly talking about feeling that sense of abandonment and the healing that you've done around it. Okay, so that sense of either being ghosted or someone just does a disappearing act has us questioning our what? Wait for it, value and worth. Taurus second house energy. So in the absence of a sense of being valued, like, are we being devalued by this person? Are we letting ourselves be devalued by this person because they don't communicate, or we feel that they, you know, we're out of sight, out of mind? Got it? We've got that Knight of Wands, so we know they're in and out. Okay, so I'm almost feeling like the communication is about the healing around that sense of feeling devalued. So I'm going to look at the Tower. Tower in the near future, powerful shift, big change. Whoop, this was first in the communication. All right, so this communication that you're going to have is going to shake the shiz up. Okay, it's just going to shake the whole situation up. It's going to be like a big awakening in that like, oh, either for you or for the other person. Whatever this communication is about, it's going to start off in one direction, it's going to go in another direction. And therefore, what's not sustainable is going to present itself in the communication, and you're going to deal with it in the minute. And it might be drastic. Then we get the Hanged Man. So what do you got to do with this? You have to take this as an opportunity to see the whole bigger picture very differently, or looking at the situation, because whatever this information comes in, whatever the communication is, it's like, it's explosive. And it's asking you to kind of pull back and look at the situation with fresh eyes, or from, you know, just looking at the bigger picture with that information coming in. It may very well be shocking. And there may be some resistance. You may need to kind of stand up for yourself a little bit. This is underneath, so it's not going to be a conscious thing, but it may just be a sense that kind of rises up in you in that moment, because you're going to start off in a very calm manner, and something is going to take a turn, take a major left turn. So stay in that communication, because whatever that Tower is about, it needs to happen, right? That's the whole point. Especially with the new moon, because it clears the path. And then you get to look at it from, right, the bigger picture, the 30,000 foot view. And if you need to stand up for yourself, I get the impression that you will. Okay, so we see, right? And this is all about that shift, that change. The 14, 1 and 4 is 5, is going to require a different level of focus. Okay? All right, my friends, you know the drill. There's a link below taking you to the extended. I'm going to go through all the signs, and I'm going to pull the cards. Advice, outside interference, and, you know, like what's going on the outside that may be beyond your control, and then what you can do about that, you know, those blocks or challenges, or what you can expect to come of it for all 12 zodiac signs, and clarifiers too. So it will be long, but hang with me. It's good for the new moon. The link's below. I'll see you there in a second, and otherwise on a future